All right, it's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. You understand? It is Friday. All right, what is Friday? Friday is the Lashawan Qadash class, where we get into our language. All right, breaking down the hidden mysteries, the parables, line by line, precept upon precept, precept upon precept. Here a little, there a little. All right, we're going to start off this class like we start off every class, all right, with the alphabet. Remember, Lashawan is tongue, Qadash is holy, all right? So, if you will, repeat after me. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, cha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, tza, qua, ra, sha, and the. All right, so zoom it in on the board. Do. All right. So we're going to pick up where we left off. All right. So we've done the present tense. We've done the past tense. Now, guess what time it is? It's time to go back to the future. Future tense. All right. That's what we're going to be working on today. The future. All right. 1 second. Let me grab my notes. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So today we're going to be working on the future tense. All right. How do we say future in Hebrew? All right. Let's break it down. All right. So today we're dealing with I.S.U.P.K. All right. I.S.U.P.K is how you say future in Hebrew. And for those watching class, if you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat. I'll do my best to answer them amicably. All right. So the word of choice that we're going to be using today is shamar. All right. So we're going to be using shamar. right. So the word that we're going to be dealing with is shamar. What does shamar mean? Shamar means to watch. So if you are holding the office of shamar, volume is a little low. Check, 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 check. There we go. All right. So if you are holding the office of shamar, that means you are to be on watch. You have first watch. You are watchful. You are watchful over Israel. Okay? All right. So we're dealing with I.S.U.P.K, which is a future tense of shamar. Okay? Now we're going to roll it down. All right. Okay. So first rule. All right. When you're dealing with Anya, I'm going to say when you're doing I guess I'll write it. Okay. When you're dealing with all right, you add a or aleph at the beginning of the word. All right. So if you remember doing a quick review, when we did present tense, how do you know something was present tense? All right. Was by adding wa between the first and second letter of the word. All right. How do you know it was past tense? The conjugation of the verb was at the end of the word. All right, now we're dealing with the future tense. The conjugation for the verb is at the beginning of the word. All right. So in this case, dealing with I, which is what we're going to be dealing with. All right. What is I in Hebrew? All right. So we're going to write it first in Hebrew. All right. All right. Okay. So, and for those of you who are watching on YouTube, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. For those that are on Facebook, make sure that you go ahead and share. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and do it myself now that I'm telling y'all to do it. All right. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. All right. So, okay. So remember the rule. All right. When we're dealing with okay, you're going to add a what? In my red marker. All right. You're going to add a at the beginning of the word. Okay. Hold on. Come on, red marker. All right. You're going to add a at the beginning of the word. All right. That's going to let you know that the conjugation is future tense. All right. So, all right. So we have Anya. All right, so we have Anya. What does Anya mean? Anya is I. All right, and then we have Shamar. All right, so remember, all right, for it to be future tense for the rule dealing with I, okay, you have to add the at the beginning of the word. All right. So we have now peep this. All right. So now let's go to our cheat sheet. Okay, look at this. So as a prefix means what? I or I am. Okay. So this is letting you know, all right, that the prefix for Ashamar is correct because it pretty much it lines up with our prefix cheat sheet board. All right. So we have Anya Ashamar. So what does this mean? I, future tense, will watch. All right. Okay. So the reason why it's in blue, all right, future tense. All right. So remember the rule. All right. Dealing with Anya. All right. Or I. Okay. I, when you're dealing with future tense, I thayud. All right. You're going to add a at the beginning of the conjugation of the verb. All right. So the verb by itself. So if you looked up Ashamar, right, in the blue letter lookup or in your Strong's Concordance, you're not going to find anything, right? Because that's not a word. That's a conjugation of a word, right? The root word is shamar. All right. So this is going to help you. This is going to help you identify the root word by knowing your prefixes and suffixes. All right. That's why we're going through these things. Why we're going through the present tense. So we're going through the future tense. Why we're going through the past tense. All right. Okay. So that's the rule for I. All right. All right, so we're going to move on. Make sure you have that copy down. I got enough room at the bottom. I'm going to write the next rule right above it, okay? All right, so the next rule. All right, the next rule. All right, when you're dealing with you. All right, when you're dealing with you, you're going to add a the at the beginning of the word. All right. Okay. All right. So let's write this out. All right. I'm going to draw a line right here so you know we're on to the next one. All right. Okay. So when we're dealing with you, all right, the rule is that we add a the at the beginning of the word. All right. So first off, what does you mean in Hebrew? All right. The word you in Hebrew is a tha. Okay. All right. So we have a tha. How do we know that? All right. Barakatha. All right. So, what's the greeting that we say? Shalom, how about Shem Yahushua Barak Atah, right? Okay, so we're saying shalom, peace. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh, Lord, Bahashem, in the name of Yahweh Shai, which is Savior or Joshua or Jesus. All right, in the Hebrew, then we say Barak, which means bless, and then Atah is you. All right, so Barak Atah is bless you. That you don't say that when someone sees you. You don't be like someone say I see you be like Barak Atah. We don't do that in here. All right, but Atah is you. All right, so here we are. We have Atah. All right, Atah is you in Hebrew. Okay, now we have our new rule. All right, so with you or Atah in this case in Hebrew, you add the Tha before the beginning of the word. What do we have here? We have a Tha. Okay, all right, so which makes this Tha Shamar. All right. Okay. So now let's look at our cheat sheet. All right. And our prefix. All right. We go to thigh. What does thigh mean? Thigh means thou or thee in each reference, meaning you. Okay. Now, see, this is lining up directly with our prefix cheat sheet. Okay. All right. So we have Thashara. All right. Okay, so we've identified, this helps us identify the root word, all right? Because if you look up Thashara, you're not going to find this word. If you look it up in your Strong Concordance, if you look it up in your blue letter Bible lookup, if you look it up on 2-letter lookup, you're not going to find this word. It's not going to be Thashara because Thashara is a conjugation of the root, Thashamar, Shalakia, is a conjugation of the root word shamar. Okay, all right. So Thashamar. All right. So we have you will watch. All right. So we had our first rule. All right. So when dealing with I, what is I in Hebrew? Anya. All right. You add a at the beginning of the word. Well, how do we know that? Because it's right here on your cheat sheet. Right. The prefix I means I or I am. Lets you know that it is dealing with the first person. Okay. So Anya Ashamar is I will watch. Okay. Now, when you're dealing with you, which is our second rule, all right, you're going to add a the at the beginning. Well, how do we know that, also the Tazadak? We're going to look at our cheat sheet, all right, at the bottom. The means thou or thee, all right, which means you in Old Quaker English, all right? Okay? So you're going to add that at the beginning of the word. So Atha, Shamar, it rhymes, all right? Which means you will watch. All right. So make sure you have this down before we move on. All right. Screenshot it. Take your pictures. All right. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have time, please be kind and rewind. Make sure you don't have no questions. All right, cool. We don't have any questions. All right, so we're gonna move forward. You got your picture already out? All right, no sweat. All right. We're gonna move forward. All right. So remember, with you, all right, that is for both masculine and feminine, right? Well, also, how do we know in the sentence if it's masculine or feminine? All right. If I say ak, atha, tashamar, all right, that means brother, which is masculine. All right. Okay. And then I say atha. All right. And then I say Thashamar. All right. Am I saying past, present, or future? I'm saying Ak, will you watch? Brother, will you watch? That in turn makes the sentence immediately masculine. All right. If I'm talking to a sister, letting you know it's feminine, I'm gonna say Akawa, Atha, Tha Shamar. All right. That lets you know that sentence is immediately feminine. But whether it's conjugating for masculine or feminine, all right, you're going to add a the at the beginning of the word, at the conjugation of the verb. All right. Let's see. If somebody have a question? Nope. Somebody just logging in for class. All right. Salakia. I am wrong. All right. So 1 second. All right. So for you, one more thing. All right, we'll put it back up on the board. So this is for the feminine. You do have to add something at the end. All right. So you have add the boom, boom. All right. At the beninging, as they say. All right. So when you're dealing with the masculine, it's just this. But when you're dealing with the feminine, all right, at the end, you add a ya. All right. Okay. All right. So Pete. All right. Now, well, let me write it out. I'm gonna write it out first. I'm gonna write it out. All right. So we got boom, boom. All right. Okay. All right. So we have our rule. Okay, and this is dealing with the feminine. We put a big F under here for feminine. All right. So, all right, we say the same thing. All right, we already know that a tha is what? You. Oh, write the word out, of course. All right, now we know that word is a tha because you have the the and the right? But we have a connector right here. That's a tha. All right. So we have a tha. All right. And then we have tha shamaria. All right. So a tha, okay, of course we know is you. All right, so let's look up our new rule for the feminine. All right, so we're going to add the the. All right, so we got the. All right, at the beginning of the word, then we have a ya. Like, whoa, Officer Tazadad. Ya. All right, let's see if that aligns with our cheat sheet up here. Okay, so we've already established that the the as a prefix means thou or thee in Old Quaker English, meaning you. All right. Okay. So we have a suffix yud in them, which means my. All right. So Salakia, sir, how does that make that feminine? What when you say something? When you say my, right? What is that saying? What is that saying? What is that saying? It's what? It's what? It's what? And when you're dealing with anything that's feminine to masculine, is what? It is possessive. That is correct, sir. All right. Give an example, Officer Tyson. I'll tell you what an example is. All right. The difference between Malak and Malakwa. Right? Malak means what? King. All right. Malak is kingdom in Hebrew. All right. Wap is a feminine conjugation of the word Malak. All right. Because a king possesses and rules over his kingdom. So that makes all of his subjects feminine because they are subjective or submissive to him. Right? So we have the. All right. Let's put that underlining up under there. All right. Which means you. Right? In the masculine sense. All right. So we have a man here. Right? Okay. But how do we make it feminine? The man has to possess. You understand? The feminine. Right? Which is ya. Because ya means my. Okay. So my makes it mine. All right, like that's my wife. All right, okay. So Shamaria, all right, is again, you will watch. All right. So when you're dealing with a brother, all right, Shamar. All right, brother, you will watch. All right, here's your 10. Talk to a sister, Akawa Shamaria. All right, sis, you will watch. Okay, all right. Make sure you have that down, screenshotted, or please be kind and rewind. All right. Going to move on to the next joint. All right. What we got next? All right. So now we have he. All right. Boom. All right. So the next joint we got he. All right. So with he, you add a yah at the beginning. At the beginning. All right. Okay. All right. So, what is he in Hebrew? Let's get to that. All right. All right. So let's write it out. Did someone knock at the door? Oh, okay, no sweat. No sweat. All right. Okay. All right. So we're dealing with the rule for he. All right. So, what is he in Hebrew? It is Hawa'ah. Okay. All right. So we have Hawa'ah. All right. Which means he. All right. So according to our new rule, all right, For he, we have to add a Yah at the beginning for the conjugation of the word shamar. So that means this word is Yah Shamar. All right. Shout out to Captain Yah Shamar out in Dallas. All right. His name literally transformed to He Will Watch. All right. Which is an awesome name. You understand? All right. So, but like Pete, all right, let's see if it lines up with our cheat sheet. Okay. All right. So look at our cheat sheet. The prefix on the board. All right. What does Yah say? He. All right. So we 3 for 3. All right. So your prefixes, if they're just standing alone, all right, with a verb in contact with a subject, lets you know that it's going to be future tense. All right. Okay. So Yah on a cheat sheet, prefix on the board means he. All right. So he, gonna write it in blue, will watch. All right. So remember, all right, he, we add the yah at the beginning of the word. All right. He is Hawa'ah in the Hebrew. All right. And Yah Shamar. All right. So let me underline it. All right. So understand, by memorizing and knowing your prefixes will help you immediately identify what the root word will be in the sentence or in the verb, whether it's a conjugation of a noun or a verb. All right. Or sometimes in some cases, even an adjective. Okay. All right. So Yah being a prefix, which literally means he. All right. So we got Hawa'ah. All right, we lined up with Hawa'ah. We put the Yah in the front. All right. So we established the root word is Shamar, which means literally watch. All right. So Hawa'ah Yah Shamar. He will watch. All right. Make sure you screenshot this. Make sure you write it down. And if you don't have time, please be kind and rewind. All right. So we got that covered. All right, we're going to move on to she. For my ladies. Boom. All right. You know what I'm saying? Just like when you have the spot. You know what I'm saying? For my ladies. You know what I'm saying? All right. So. Boop, 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 boop. All right. So we're going to run it back. We're going to reuse the rule. You're going to be like, well, hold on, Officer Tyler Dot. We used that rule already. All right. Boom. That's right. All right. So for she, you add a the at the beginning. You're like, well, hold on, Officer Tyler. You just said with a the for masculine, you add a the at the beginning. I know I did. Right? So, okay. But how do we know that this is a masculine right here? By the subject. All right. So the subject is she. All right. What is she in Hebrew? She in Hebrew is Haya'ah. All right. She. All right. Okay. Well, does that line up with the prefixes? All right. So, the is thou or thee in reference to you in Old Quaker English, right? And you could be for male or female, right? Okay, now peep this, all right? So, who is the you we're talking about? Haya, she. Okay? So, you is in reference to the she, the subject in the sentence, all right? So, we have Haya, the Shamar. All right. And this is she will watch. And what is the distinct difference between you and she? The subject. All right. So with you, the subject is letting you know whether the sentence is masculine or feminine by saying ak or akwa. Then you know you're talking to a man or a woman. All right. Okay. Dealing with second person. All right. Okay. So this is another version of this is not let's see. Anya Hawaii. So this is dealing with third person. All right. How do we know this is the third person? All right. So let's just say me and your grandma having a conversation. All right. And he says, Salakia out of one, much more. All right. He literally said, Salakia, sir, who will watch? All right. And I'm gonna say, Haya'at Shamar. All right. She will watch. All right. So, because me and him are having a conversation talking about someone else. So that's 1 + 2. All right. We mentioned someone else. That's 3. That's the third person. Okay. All right. So, all right. So when we're dealing with when we're dealing with she, all right, we have the thud in the front. All right. The you is in reference to the subject, which is she. All right. Gonna have the thud at the front. So Haya Shamar is she will watch. All right. Okay. Make sure you got that down. Copy it down. Take your pictures, screenshot it, and if not, please be kind and what? Rewind. All right. We're gonna move on to the next one. So amicably and expeditiously, feel like T.I. All right, so let's move on to the next rule. All right, next rule. Okay. All right, so the next rule that we are dealing with, all right, is we. All right, okay, so with we, you're going to add a na at the beginning. Slaki. I'm sorry, I just keep saying it. At the beginning. All right. Okay. So let's see how this sentence is going to roll. And again, if you have any questions, like Salaki off the top of the dot, how do I say it in Hebrew? Go ahead and type that in the comment section, and we will get to it amicably. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So dealing with we. All right, we're going to add another at the beginning. All right. So let's write this sentence out. All right. All right. Hey, make sure you write your times down that you're doing your patrols. All right. Okay. All right, no sweat. Or mark them down on your phone so you know when you do your report. All right. So, all right, here we are. All right, we are at we. All right. So what is we? All right. So we add another beginning of the word. So what is we in Hebrew? All right. So we in Hebrew is anak noah. All right. Let's write it out. Yeet. All right, anak noah. All right, what does anak noah mean? It means we. I mean, I know that's a long way around the sun, but that's what it means. All right, so let me write it in red so I can keep with the pattern of how we've been writing things. Consistency. Nak no wah, which means we. All right, so as you can see, there's no prefix, all right, for the word nah. Okay, there's no standard prefix for it, okay? All right. So, but the rule does state that we do add a na. Boom. A na at the beginning of the word. All right. So we have na shamar. Okay. Boom. All right. This literally translates to we will watch. All right. Okay. So say it together. Anak Noah Nashamar. All right. It almost got a ring to it. All right. It almost rhymes. Okay. All right. So, and if you also think about it, this also kind of sounds like how you would perceive that the Native Americans talk. All right. Okay. Anak Noah Nashamar. Right. You don't believe me? Go watch what's one of them good old movies that speak in the native tongue. Go watch Dancing with Wolves. You'll see what I'm talking about. All right. So Anach Noah Nashamar. All right. Remember, all right, this is a cha. All right, not a ka, a cha. Like you remember in what's that movie? Coming to America. Aha, aha. And Eddie Murphy was making a joke, right? But he made a joke at the Ashkenazi Jews. That person he was playing was an old white Jewish man that was coming to the barbershop to get his hair cut. Instead of saying aha, he said aha, right? Because that's what that sound makes. All right, a lot of the words in Hebrew have a ha sound. It's like hocking up a loogie. Ha, all right. It's not a ka, but a ha. All right, all right. So anach noah, anach noah, not anach noah, anach noah. All right, nach shamar, which means we will watch. Okay, all right. And this is for both. Make sure I'm not fibbing. Yep. All right. This is for both masculine and feminine. Nothing added on the end. All right. So ask yourself, why is that? All right. I'll give you a how do I say it? I'll give you a secular example for divine clarification. I like that. Secular example for divine clarification. I'm gonna start saying that more often. That's kind of smooth. All right. So in the common tongue that we speak, the pidgin tongue that we speak today, the trade language that we speak, English. All right. If I say, hey, you guys, listen, am I just talking to men? What you think, you Grum? If I say, hey, you guys, listen, am I just talking to men? How? Right, but in a mass setting, right? If I'm talking to a congregation, hey, if I say, hey guys, let's roll to the movies. You know what I'm saying? But we in a mixed crowd. You know what I'm saying? Why is it when I say guys, it's addressing everybody? Break it down in the UPK way. All right. How about this? All right. So no. We're gonna do it scripturally, right? So when Christ fed the 5,000, right? Was it 5,000 people out there? Was it? So what does it say in scripture? Now, there are two different instances when Christ fed the 5,000. If you're online, you can type in the answer. All right? The answer to when Christ fed the 5,000 is the same answer to why Anak Noah means we, whether you're talking to men or women, or the same thing in English, like when I say, hey, you guys, that can be men or women, but guy means a man. Okay? Type your answers in. You can be your Grum. All right? I don't know. I'm going to find a way to get y'all surprised. Go ahead. No. Once you find the part where you said he sat them down. That's what the answer is. He sat them down according to their number or something like that. Now remember, it's two occasions when he fed the 5,000. I don't want to say it because it's gonna give it away. I don't see somebody say it. Nope, ain't nobody said it yet. Come on, man. We got 9 people watching. I know somebody knows the answer. All right? Somebody watching knows the answer. Hold on, somebody type something. Dude, is that Nahar? What did Nahar say? No, that's Kagawar. All right. Okay, Kagawar. All right. He said, due to the ranks up to. All right. Okay, but what does that mean? The ranks of what? The ranks of what? All right, you said due to the ranks up to. The ranks of what? Men. The ranks of men, but was it only men out there? Okay, so break it down to me. So break it down to me. So if when Christ was counting, he said 5,000, and the 5,000 was according to the ranks of men, but in that scripture, it clearly says, right, he sat them down according to their ranks. All right. Hold on. I got another answer. Okay, nobody said that. All right. So he sat them down according to their ranks. All right. So the men, he set the men down according to their ranks. Then it said, and their families. Hold on. Hold on. So Conquer War said ranks of 5,000 and all under them. You was on the mark and you missed the mark. Okay, so this is why. All right. So if we're in a congregation, right? Unfortunately, for people in the world, the only congregation they can think of is a Christian church. All right. Or a Muslim mosque. All right. So when the officiate, all right, or the master of ceremony or a teacher or a speaker, all right, is doing a pronouncement, all right, or an announcement, he speaks to the men, right? Hence him saying, you guys, even though in the congregation, it's women there, right? Because if the women or the children don't understand the announcement, what are they going to do when they get home? If a woman is married, all right, and she is within the congregation with her husband and her children, and the person that is over the congregation makes an announcement, and the woman doesn't understand the announcement, what is she going to do? She's going to ask her man when she gets home. There you go. Right? That is why you say you guys or anak nawab. We, our. Right? Okay? So, and when we say that, normally it's in a masculine sense. Right? Because men talk to men. Men don't talk to other men's women. Right? Because a man will relay a message to a man, and if his woman happens to be in the mix, well, baby, what did that mean? What Officer Tazadak said in class today? Oh, well, baby, see, let me break it down to you. See, when he said this, it meant that. Oh, baby, okay, I understand now. You see what I'm saying? That's why you say you guys or Nak Noir. You feel me? All right, hold on. Somebody else said something. Hold on. Gwen put it up on the board. Put it on the board for us. Gwen said, ask her husband. You know what I'm saying? That is absolutely right, sis. Absolutely right. Okay? All right. So we're going to move on. All right. So let's make sure that we got this rule down. All right. When it's we, what is we in Hebrew? Anak Noah. All right. We're going to add a na at the beginning of the conjugation of the verb. What is the verb? Shamar. So when you add na at the beginning of shamar, it is not shamar. So it is anak Noah, not shamar. All right. We will watch. All right. Okay. All right. So let's move on. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Want to make sure I got it right. All right, let's do it. All right, let's move on. All right. You have ample amount of time to write that down. If not, you know the rule. What is it? Be kind, and rewind. All right. So next, we're going to deal with, we from the South, we say it different. All right. But for the grammatically correct, we're going to say you all. All right. In the South, we say y'all. All right. All right. So when you're dealing with you all or y'all, all right, you're going to add a the at the beginning and that's an and symbol, not a plus symbol, and a at the end. All right. So we're dealing with you all or y'all in the Hebrew. Okay. All right. Now, let's write it out. All right. Okay. So we are dealing with you all or y'all. Okay. How do we say you all masculine is what we're dealing with. Put that right there. Put that big that big that big M in parentheses for masculine. All right. How do we know that this is masculine? All right. So let's write it. All right. So this is a thumb. All right. Let's break it down practically. All right. So when I greet a single brother, I say Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Barakatah to one brother. If I'm greeting a group of brothers, or if I'm officiating a class, when I close out the class, we're going to say we're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers. You know what I'm saying? Individual, my Shabbat, Mavium, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Barakatah. Because I'm saluting the entire class. Okay? General Muhammad does it all the time. Okay? So a thumb is when you're greeting a group of men, a group of brothers, the Akiyam. Okay? All right? So we have a thumb, all right, which is you all, or as we say in the South, y'all. Okay? All right. So we have a new rule. All right. So we add a the at the beginning and a what at the end. What you say. Now, we still got the first rule that we had, okay? So the first rule that we had when we did just originally you for masculine, it was the. Because the is thou or thee in reference in Quaker English, meaning you. But watch this. That suffix. The suffix is wa. Let's go to the cheat sheet. Wa is he, his, or it. Letting you know that it is masculine. Okay? So all the proof is in the pudding, baby. You know what I'm talking about? All right. So that makes this word the Shamar wa. All right. So you got to be able to identify the root word. How are we going to do that? We have a the, boom, based off of our rule. Then we have a wa, boom. All right. It's just like balancing the equation. All right. But you have to first know the equation in order to balance. You got to know what tense we're in. All right. We're dealing with the future tense. All right. I.S.U.P.K, which means future. Okay. All right. So how do you say it, sir? I.S.U.P.K Tashamarawa. All right. Which literally means you all or y'all will watch. I can hear you sisters saying now, well, Salakia, so what about the sisters? You know what I'm saying? You're always talking about the brothers. You know what I'm saying? What about the sisters? All right, no sweat, sis. We got a similar rule just for you. All right? So, quick review. All right? So, dealing with you all or y'all, masculine. All right? You had a the at the beginning and a wa at the end. And it's going to be a thumb, tashamarwa, which is you all or y'all will watch in a masculine sense. All right? Now, let's get to the feminine. All right? Okay. So, for the feminine, shabam. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So for the feminine, put that big old F up there. You know what I'm saying? For my ladies. All right. Same thing. We're going to have a the at the beginning. And what do we have at the end? Oh, before I move on real quick. All right. Dealing in Hebrew, make sure when you're in that Assyrian, all right, the mud changes. All right, let's make reference to our board just so you can see real quick. Boom, boom, boom. Let's zoom in. Boom. Where that mud at? You see that mud? Boom. Look at that Assyrian right there. You see how it changes? All right. So this is a regular mud. All right. All right. But it changes when it's at the end. All right. When it's capped at the end of the word, it changes. All right. So you got to make sure you remember that. Okay. Let's zoom out back on the board. All right. So as you can see, it's changed. So make sure that you remember your end cap alphabets. They're different. So for the ma and what we about to get in, the na, all right, for the sisters, it changes. All right. All right. So the rule for the sisters, all right, you're going to add a na at the end. It's still going to be a thud at the beginning, but it's going to be a na at the end. All right. So, what is the feminine plural version? That's what we did. We did with pluralization. What is the feminine pluralization of you or you all or y'all? All right. It is a thon. How do we know that? We're going to give the same example that we gave previously. All right. So when I'm greeting one sister, it's Shalom Yahweh Shamar Ilathaba Shem Yahweh Shah. Right. If I'm greeting a group of sisters, it's Shalom Yahweh Shamar Ilathan. Than. All right. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. A thon is plural. A thumb is plural. That is a pluralization, right? When you're greeting a group of sisters. If you're just talking to one sister, it's Shalom Yahweh Shamar Ilathah Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right? If you're greeting a group, it's Shalom Yahweh Shamar Ilathon Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? All right? So, a thon, the pluralization of you all. All right? So, what is the rule? Bring it back to the bottom of the map. Go, DJ. All right? Boom. You add a th and a n to the beginning of the conjugation of the verb. All right? So, what is it? All right? It is, get my red back. All right? The Shamar na. All right. Which translates to you all or y'all will watch. Okay. All right. Let's put it together. Athon Tashamarna. All right. That's what we're dealing with. Athon. All right. Or you all or y'all dealing with the feminine plural sense. All right. Make sure you got this down. Take your screenshots. But if you don't have it, always be kind and rewind. All right. We're going to move on. I think we only have, bam, we only got two more. How we doing on time? We're a little bit over, but that's okay. We started late. All right. Okay. All right. So we have next. All right. So what are we dealing with next? All right. So we are dealing with they. They don't know who we be. They don't know. All right. So with they, you're going, what are you going to add at the beginning? You're going to be adding a ya at the beginning, and then you're going to add a lock here. Boom, boom, boom. And then you're going to add a wa at the end. All right. Okay. So let's write it out. All right. All right. Okay. So we are dealing with they in the masculine sense. All right. So just like you all or y'all, this is third person, third pluralization. How do we know that? All right. If you're grown, again, ask me a question. Salakia Adawan, Ma Shamar. You know what I'm saying? Salakia, sir. Who will watch? All right. Okay. I'm going to just like with the previous one. All right. If you say y'all will watch, me and him are talking about the group of people that he's with. That's still third person. All right. He's included in a congregation of people. All right. And we say they will watch. It's also third person. We're also talking about a group of people. All right. Okay. All right. So they in the masculine sense in Hebrew is what? Hum. Not to be confused with ham, though it is spelled the same. All right. All right. How do you say ham in Hebrew? Hum. Hum. Right? I give you a little jewel in class, right? So if I am from the land of Ham, what am I? Okay, so if I'm from the land of Israel, I'm an Israelite, right? From the land of Ham, I'm a Hamite. All right. How do you say Hamite in Hebrew? I'm gonna give you a jewel that you didn't even know. Chamet. Right? Chamet. What does that sound like? Kemet. That's where the name Kemet comes from. Chum, which is ham in Hebrew, met. All right, chamet. All right, that's where Kemet. We back in there, baby. You know what I'm saying? They thought, hey, look, we started talking about ham. They tried to take us out. You feel me? But go, man, let me go on phone, make sure we straight. They tried to take us out real quick, man. Hold on, baby. Hold on. Hold on, we in there. We in there. You know what I'm saying? Real quick hack. You feel me? All right, we back at it. All right. So, like I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, right? You know what I'm saying? By the oppressor who the Bible speaks of. That's right. You know what I'm saying? He thought he could, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? You feel me? You know what I'm talking about? All right. So Hamet is where you get Kemet from. All right. Okay. So Pete. All right. So how do you say they in Hebrew? Hum. Not ham. Hum. Like hum. Okay. All right. So we have hum. So what's the rule for they? All right. We're going to add a ya at the beginning and a wa at the end. So how do we say that? That is ya shamar wa. Okay? Ya shamar wa. All right? So hum is they in Hebrew, and based off of the rule, we add a ya and a wa at the end. All right, so let's look at our cheat sheet. All right, so ya means what? He. All right, wa means he. All right, 1 plus 1 is what? 2. 2 he's make a they. That's 2 people. All right. Give me one. I'll take it afterwards. I'll take it afterwards. We almost done. We got one more after this one. I'm gonna crush that water. Believe me, brother. You know what I'm saying? I've been working up here. You feel me? All right. So we have ya and a wa. All right. So now peep this. All right. So I'm gonna draw a little blue line here. Little blue line here. All right. So I'm gonna put H1. All right. I'm gonna put H2. All right. So we got a he. I'll put an E there. I'll put an E there. So we got he 1 and he 2. All right. All right. Oh, I'll put a he 1. All right. Okay. Put he 1 and he 1 because 1 plus 1 equals 2. All right. And you have 2 people. That's a pluralization. 2 people can be they. They over there. Okay. All right. Okay. That also helps you identify the root word. All right. Which is watch. All right. Since we have 2 he's. All right. That's how you know that it is they. All right. And they will do what? They will watch. All right. So it is hum yashamarwa. All right. That is a masculine version of they, which is hum. All right. Now, let's do the feminine version. All right. All right. When you're dealing with they in the feminine sense, all right, what do we have? What is the rule? All right. You're going to add a the at the beginning. You're going to add a na at the end. All right. So, what is they in Hebrew? It is Han, like Han Solo. All right. Han, which is they. All right. So what is the rule that we have? We're going to add a the at the beginning or the beginning. All right. And a na at the end. All right. Now remember when we was talking about with our cap. So I showed y'all the mug. All right. Let's zoom in over here. All right, y'all see that nub right there and that Syrian right there? Boom. I'm pointing out to you just in case you can't distinguish. This is the nub regular. When it's capped, this is what it looks like. All right. Remember the same thing we went over with the mud. When the mud is normal, at the beginning of the word or in the middle of a word, it's like this. But when it's at the end, it looks like this. All right. The N does a similar thing. All right. So does the Ka. All right. It changes when it gets to the end. It gets elongated. It goes below the fray. Okay. All right. All right. Let's zoom out. Let's zoom in. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Zoom back in a little bit. Okay. All right. So we know the root word is shamar. All right. We're adding a th and a nuh based off of the rule. So how do we say this off the Tazadat? It is the shamar nah. All right. Which is watch. And of course, the future tense is will. Why? Because based off of the rule, we added a th and a nuh. Boom, boom. Now you say, like, well, why did you draw a line here? It's like, because that the nuh, when it's at the end, it goes below the line. All right. If you're writing on a piece of paper, the nuh at the end goes below the line into the second column below it. All right. Okay. So it is hun dashamarna. Now let's look at this. Let's look at this. Peep it. All right. Now I didn't do this for for hum, right? But peep. Okay. All right. So we got the beginning of the word, which is thou or thee in Quaker English, meaning you. Repeat this. Na as a prefix means their, feminine. Aha. All right. So we have fun, dashamarna, which is they will watch. All right. So, all right. We're going to stop right there. Make sure that you take your screenshots, jot it down. If you don't have it, guess what? You can always be kind and do what? Rewind. All right. So next up, we got the homework. You know what I'm saying? What is a class without homework? Boom. Homework. All right. Okay. Okay, let's see. Oh, got a great word. All right. So, for the homework, the word that you will be doing is the word that you will be conjugating, the verb that you will be conjugating is lamad. What does lamad mean? Lamad means to learn. Okay? All right? So for the homework, You're going to conjugate the verb lamad, which means to learn. You're going to do it for, I'm going to write it in Hebrew, only in one. I'll give you the paleo. Nope, I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to make it even harder, just in case you weren't paying attention. Make sure I got all of them. Now get all of them. All right. So for the homework in Athayad, the future tense, you will be conjugating the verb lamad, which means to learn. You will be doing it for I. You will be doing it for you, masculine or feminine. And I want you to write, to make sure that we know that it's masculine or feminine, I want you to write brother or sister in the sentence. All right. Number 3, I want you to do he. All right. 4, she. All right. Number 5, we. Number 6, you all or y'all in both the masculine and the feminine. And number 7, they in both the masculine and feminine. And next week, class will be starting at 7. And Officer Yagrum will be breaking down the homework. He said he wanted to be number 2 in Hebrew. We're going to put it on him. All right. So this is the homework. All right. Future tense. Athayad. All right. Athayad is future in Hebrew. The homework. All right. Is conjugation of the verb lamad, which means to learn. All right. We'll be doing the I, you, masculine, and feminine. The way you're going to know it's going to be masculine and feminine, because in a sentence, you're going to put brother and sister. All right. The conjugation of you. All right. Then number 3, he. 4, she. Number 5, we. Number 6, you all or y'all in the masculine and feminine. And number 7, they in the masculine and feminine. And with that, we're going to say shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabaraka thumb, hint. And to the sisters, we're going to say shalom, Yahweh Shamar Illa thun, hint, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. With that, we go.